The first topic of the day is looking at the big tech companies. We're talking Microsoft, Amazon, Google. Between them, they have let go of 38,000 people. Lee, thoughts?
Hello. It's not good, is it? It's quite bad.
Yeah.
It's definitely a negative turn of events.
It's not what I was expecting with all of especially with some of the profits that they've been turning. I didn't expect them to have such a big culling.
And do you know how you get more profits? By paying
more
less people.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything's just money based, bro.
Honestly,
it's all money. It's like it doesn't matter if you've got like kids to feed or any of that shit. You know, I say shit, right? Shit. Wait, you know what? 2 secs.
No, yeah. So they've just cleaned house, haven't they? Basically, they've just absolutely cleaned house.
To the average person like you or I, yeah, I'd say it feels like they're cleaning house. But when you consider that Microsoft employ 250,000 people, 250,000 people are employed by Microsoft. Them getting rid of 10,000 people is like a little local business of 25 people getting rid of one person. It's an issue of scale in that regard. And whilst I do understand it from a business perspective, from a money saving, costs, overheads, and all that sort of perspective, especially if it's from regions where, say, you've maybe overhired or people have had a much easier ride and the job can still be done but with less people and it's still within the terms of their contract. I understand it, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah. I would like to see how that sort of split, how the numbers are split and where that's kind of gone. Because is it like, are they getting rid of sort of the front line people? Are they getting rid of like middle management because it's all too bloated and weird? Like, I'd be very interested to see how they're splitting that.
From the Microsoft side, we've got some actual information that they have provided, and it's from cloud computing, essentially. Because it became so heavily invested in during the pandemic, because every company moved to working from home, they were investing heavily in cloud solutions for what they were doing in person previously. And that stopped, especially in America. They're forcing people back into the offices and such now. I know we're a bit more loose here in the UK. We've realized that this sort of hybrid working environment is generally better for people, the mental health, physical health, work-life balance and all that sort of stuff. And so most companies are doing a more hybrid option nowadays, which is great to see. It's one good thing to have come out of the pandemic. But what that means is when you've got people either hybridizing or going back to the traditional way of doing things, is you've got this massive area in cloud computing, communications, all of the things that were vitally, incredibly important in 2020, 2021, 2022 that just aren't as important nowadays. Now, whether that's the same for Google and Amazon, I don't know.
I mean, I imagine one of the big things that's hitting them, if it's a lot of cloud computing stuff, I would say that, because I mean, Amazon with AWS have come out as the clear winners in kind of like big enterprise kind of scaled cloud computing. I mean, we can see that with the likes of when we had the AWS outages like last year and stuff like that. Like, everything was gone because everyone uses it. And Twitter just lit up with people going, But I mean,
is that exactly what they said?
It's exactly what they said. That was
exactly
it. Was like
what they said in that exact manner.
If you went on Twitter, it was just trending. That was it. Yeah.
Sound like angry.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, hashtag was number 5 trending in the UK. Yeah,
not only number 5. Okay.
Yeah, bigger in America, but but yeah, I think
that's not fair.
I think that it's just purely down to that. I think, but if it's cloud computing, I think that they just haven't seen the returns that they've got because they're outmatched.
I mean, a lot of it's cloud computing, and again, this is only talking from a Microsoft perspective because they're the only ones who've given any sort of information. So a lot of it is the cloud computing aspect. Some of it is AR, so augmented reality. They're realizing that that's maybe not the way to the future, or if it is, it's going to be more a gradual incremental thing rather than put all your eggs in the basket now. But they've decimated their gaming sector. Like Xbox first-party studios have been absolutely rinsed. 343, the current creators of Halo, lost a third of their studio, 100 people.
Quite honestly,
60 from the campaign team.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly that kind of makes sense to me a little bit.
It's not surprising, that one.
I'm kind of like, yeah, it was shit, wasn't it?
Not the point that anyone deserves to lose their job. That's not what we're saying.
No, I'm not saying.
It's not surprising that they're the ones that have been.
I'm not saying like, oh, I'm really happy that they got made redundant. I'm just saying that if I was looking for people to make redundant, I'd be like, that was pretty shit. Nah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who are the guys who make the Gears games? Is it the Collective, the Con something or other?
Yeah.
I can never remember that studio's name. But they make the Gears 4 games. They've lost about 60 to 80 heads.
Yeah.
I think Ninja Theory got hit as well. The guys who made DMC, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and the Senua games, the Hell Sacrifice and what have you. They've got one in development that's meant to be coming out, and they've been hit as well, as far as I understand.
Goodness.
But yeah, it's decimated across the board.
Yeah.
But if I'm being cynical from the Microsoft side, they've got rid of 10,000 people. They're trying to buy a company with 10,000 employees. Are they just making space?
Okay. Yeah, probably, quite possibly. And they probably can't.
Getting rid of some guy's desk so someone else can have it.
Pretty much. That's how I'm.
It's just they haven't got enough desks. It's a desk-saving job.
It'd be interesting to see when the company comes in, whether there are any losses there, or if they.
Are we thinking that's actually going to happen still?
I'm in two minds. Like, I don't have a personal problem with it happening, but from a fair competition perspective, nobody can compete with them. So it's not really fair that they can just go out and buy this with cash to spare, and it's 2/3 of all of their competitors' entire companies.
I mean, fair competition isn't a thing nowadays anyway, really.
Let's be honest, it's not.
Fair competition when it works between the big boys, but when you look at all the little boys that have like issues and everything, fair competition means shit then.
I mean, back to the clouds.
It's just Sony throwing their toys out the pram because they can't afford or don't want to buy it, but they also don't want Microsoft to have it.
No.
So that's all it is.
I mean, if we're talking fair competition, back to the cloud computing point, where's there's no competition there? It's Amazon.
Is that through a choice though? Is that like no one wants cloud? Like Stadia was just like, nah, fuck yeah. Damn it. Stadia was like, no, gosh darn it.
So from my personal perspective, I don't play that many Activision games. I don't play any Blizzard games. I don't particularly like Overwatch. I don't care for World of Warcraft or anything like that. So even if they do purchase them and make them platform exclusive, I don't care. I'm not losing anything from a personal perspective. And I'm hoping it would mean that the staff are treated slightly better. But if they're firing 10,000 people to get 10,000 people in, are they then going to treat these 10,000 people well? Or as Lee said, like have layoffs there as well?
Well, I mean, Blizzard don't treat their stuff well anyway, so it's kind of like a exchanging shit for them, I guess. It's like exchanging poop for them.
No, you can say shit. Shit was allowed.
Yeah,
shit's allowed.
Shit was on the list. You just can't be excessive with it.
Right.
For anyone at home that's unsure, we've been told we're not allowed to swear that much, but apparently shit's on the word, so we're allowed to say it. But going back to what you were saying about the Activision games and the Blizzard games, the thing that I don't get about Sony kicking off about it, is that the two big ones that they're on about in terms of consoles is Call of Duty, and Overwatch. Both of which are available on PlayStation. Yeah. And if you've been a fan of Call of Duty for the past few years, you'd have realized that Sony and PlayStation have had more perks for Call of Duty anyway for the past, I haven't played a Call of Duty game in a hot minute, but I'm going back to when I played Call of Duty like 3 years ago. You got
like longer than that for me, I think.
You got a fair few PlayStation exclusive things. Yeah. So it's not like they've missed out on anything recently, and to my understanding, they're still going to put Call of Duty on PlayStation. They're still going to put Overwatch on PlayStation because it'd be stupid not to, because they're going to miss out on revenue streams. And all the other games, like the Blizzard stuff, like I don't know. Did you say Warcraft?
World of Warcraft, for example. Like there is moaning about that, but it's PC only anyway.
So it's a PC game. Yeah, you don't play that on PlayStation.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't get what the issue is. I just think Sony is just kicking off.
I understand why Sony are kicking off. They've got to protect their own interests as a business. And again, looking at it from a solely business-minded perspective, if I was running that business, I'd be going to war against it as well. I wouldn't want it to happen because it's taking content away from a platform, especially content that a lot of people like. Even if it's not something that, say, us three like, it's content that a lot of players like.
Are they taking it away from the platform, though? Because in my understanding, they weren't. But they just wanted to put some stuff on Game Pass.
They weren't taking anything away with the ZeniMax purchase either. They said to the European Union, oh, no, everything will stay multi-platform. We'll never go single platform for any of these. And the next Elder Scrolls is Xbox exclusive. Immediately they backtracked on that statement, which they made to a governing body, a multinational governing body. So it does raise some concerns for people.
It's not happening. The game doesn't exist.
Well, no, it doesn't. It was announced 5 years ago.
It's just a nursery rhyme told to it's to help misbehaving children. If you don't go to bed in time, you won't get to play the next Elder Scrolls, and it's never coming up.
Elder Scrolls.
We'll just get Skyrim for the 18th time on available microwaves.
Yeah.
So you just play it on that.
It's one of those things. I see why people are fighting against it, and I completely understand Sony fighting against it from a personal perspective. I don't care. It won't change my gaming habits at all, and I can sign up for a month of Game Pass here and there if needs be, if there's something that I really want to play. But
do you know what I found really interesting in those stats? Because I've just been reading through the stats, and with me mentioning Amazon, they've actually axed far more people, like 18,000.
Last I saw it was 16, so have they added another 2,000 to it?
Apparently 18,000 job cuts, Amazon.
Wow. And this is after they've been striking as well because of the pay at Amazon and working conditions.
Probably who they got rid of.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Who went on strike? Yeah, get rid of him.
I mean, here in the UK, that opens them up to a whole legal shit show, but otherwise,
I don't think they care. No, I just think I think they're just so big now that they're just like, and what? Give us a record fine. It'll be like a day's profit.
Won't even be that much, will it? It'd be half a day's profit, if that.
No, it was like when this is moving away from tech and gaming, but it's in a similar circumstance. Did you ever read about when HSBC got fined for just they got a record banking fine for just outright being the bank of the cartels? Like they were literally just like so blatant about it. It got to the point where they specifically designed bank windows and containers for the cartels to bring money in because they were sick of them bringing holdalls of cash. It was like literally like they were just like that blatantly their bank, and the whatever the banking authority turned around was like, we're going to give you a record fine. It's this however many millions, and they were like, okay. It equated to like 2 days profit. They were like, all right, cool.
The cartel just paid that off anyway.
That's essentially
just a couple of suitcases, isn't it?
80 quid for like the worst underground drug ring going.
Yeah, it's like you just like harboring fugitives and being like, oh, we're gonna give you fine your day's wage. There you go. Never mind.
You can't fine me £2. That's too much.
But yeah, it was this is like Amazon because they'll get done for the horrific stuff that they're doing with their employees. Like they get rated amongst the best customer service and all that sort of stuff, and it just comes entirely at the detriment to their employees. They don't give they don't give a damn about them, and they'll just carry on. They don't give a shit. I can say that one.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Apparently, bitch is okay too.
Oh,
they don't give a bitch.
They don't give a
that doesn't work as well.
They don't give a bitch and shit.
They don't give a fuck.
Wait, that one works. That one works.
I'm gonna get a beep sound for
your soundboard. Yeah.
Can I just find one? Can I just find one?
You can probably find one now and just. Oh wait, you're gonna have to manually beep yourself every time though.
One absolute.
I haven't got the right mic set up, so I can't do it.
Rude,
I'm not sure
rude. I
have to. In future, I know for next time.
So what we're saying is, it's terrible. It's an issue of scale, but they're going to get away with it because they've got so much money.
Yeah.
Yes. That's just how
I
life
hate this
works.
world on occasion.
Honestly.
Yay, capitalism!